Blogspot links are useless. It's the same as having a link from Facebook. Google doesn't need to take down Blogspot as it already treats Blogspot links as worthless.
I thought we did answer this on a different live stream.
I don't think we did. I normally delete them
We
out.
didn't?
Uh-uh.
Weird.
But,
That's interesting.
you know, just before I answer this, I saw two MLB applications yesterday. I took a quick look at them real quick and in Ahrefs, and both of them are getting the Blogspot spam.
Oh, really?
I just feel like it's such a high amount now or maybe it's just like we were talking about yesterday. Maybe it's just Ahrefs that are is for whatever
Yeah,
reason showing it
recategorizing
now
things.
rather
hmm
than maybe it wasn't showing it before. Um,
Yeah, because you guys have to remember, Blogspot made up a tremendous portion of the internet at one point in time. It was like, where people went to blog before there was a lot of these other social profiles available.
yeah, yeah.
To
So
say that they're completely useless is it's silly because there's a lot of relevance, a lot of solid content on there, but it's also been extremely easy to manipulate in recent years, right? So there's a lot of auto-generated content, etc. And there's a difference between quality content that's resonated over years versus like new Blogspot content that's just gone up. It's auto-generated spun content with random backlinks, money anchors, etc.
what Nick is talking
S-
about is basically an aged Web 2.0, which is actually
mhm.
built out into what's essentially a miniature website or just
Yeah,
a website
exactly.
on a
hmm
subdomain versus one that was just popped up and just threw up some, one page or just some auto-generated content or whatever and started linking out. It's two pretty different things.
Yeah, and I mean, I've in hunting domains over the years, I've found lots of domains that exclusively had Blogspot links. But from a time when these were, niche down, very relevant, a lot of things I can remember thinking or finding, uh, were like mommy blogs were rampant on Blogspot with great information, very niche down, very targeted quality written, lots of engagement, etc.
Yeah, it's just an easy
So
way for
you
any
have
mom
to
to make a website, right? They hop on Blogspot,
exactly,
they sign up, and they just start building a website.
yeah. And so, am I going to pass on, a blog, a URL that probably at some point in time was a blog spot that then, became its actual, own URL? And it's resonating with like 500 different blogspot profiles that are pretty niche down, relevant, or even not niche down, but they come from actual blogs where people are talking about things that they're interested in. There's engagement, etc. Am I going to pass on that domain if I can get it for a decent price? I'm not going to pass on it. I mean, it does add value. I've got PBNs that I've used for years that are basically exclusively held up that way. But like Chris said, these are real domains. So just like any other type of domain, and we're talking about Blogspot because it's a subdomain, right? It's treated as an independent domain with a higher authority level. Um, yeah, I lost my train of thought there, but yeah, they have value for sure.
Yeah, so let's just go through the question real quick. So Blogspot links are useless. I would say it's false. That's like saying Web
False.
2.0 links are useless.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily treat them as the biggest deal. I mean, I'd say a Blogspot link could actually be really good if it's a really built out, really authoritative Blogspot site that has its own backlink profile that's really
hmm
good. A link from a Blogspot site could actually be really good if you look at it like that. Um, but let's be real. Most of the links you get from Blogspot are not like that. I still wouldn't consider them useless. I consider them just to be basically what's essentially a pillow link, right?
Yeah.
Um, they're easier to get. That pretty much anyone can do them. I wouldn't really count them the same way as you'd count like a link from like a niche editor guest post or whatever. But we like to use them as part of the pillowing process and just building authority and relevance and kind of a more um, kind of seen as a little bit more natural or whatever, especially like in the early stages of link building. Um, yeah, a lot of people like to do cool
They're
stuff with
also
them.
Yeah, they're also a pillow link that it makes sense, like, if people are active on Blogspot, it makes sense that they'd be coming in every month, right? But you've got to worry about the quality of Blogspot. So like treat it more like an outreach campaign. If you're looking for Blogspot links that are niche down, relevant to what you are looking for, you're on Blogspot actively looking for things that it makes sense that you'd resonate with, right? Same as you would with any other domain or URL. Don't expect a Web 2.0 link to be as powerful as like a high-end niche edit or guest post, but still valuable and still worth getting. And like Chris said, you can continually pillow link with them. Makes sense for the owner of a business to be on Blogspot if that's what they like using regularly, and being active on there and procuring more links as they go along navigating and writing down more information,
Then they
sharing more
say,
information.
then they say it's the same as having a link from Facebook. And so they're essentially saying that links from Facebook are also worthless. Um,
Yeah, or Web 2.0s, or yeah.
so it's not the same as a link from Facebook. It's a completely different thing. But also,
Right.
links from Facebook can be good. These
Yeah.
are Google also does not treat them the same way as it treats a link from a regular website or whatever. But um, to say that Google completely does not look at social media at all and does not pick up we call them social signals as a form of basically saying, hey, this looks good. We like the way that, this website obviously is linked to this Facebook page and they're getting shared on social media and stuff. I would say that um, that's just not true. I think Google definitely
Right.
sees this stuff, and yeah, it's just a good way of building a business that looks legit, right? Or that is legit. If you're a business that gets talked about on other websites, you're most likely being talked about on social media as well. And then if you're, you know, I don't know if you're talking about just having a link from Facebook, like someone linked to your website on Facebook, or if you're talking about your Facebook profile for the business or the website, and then you're having a link to your website in there. That's also a very good link, right? Um,
Yeah, they all build a picture.
yeah, this is something, a business or a website, they generally have these big social profiles. They'll generally have a Twitter, they'll generally have maybe a YouTube, they'll generally have a Facebook. They might have an Instagram, they might be a Pinterest, whatever. But these big social profiles, they really build a picture of looking really natural. Again, you can't really think about it in the same way that you think about like an editorial link, guest post, niche edit, whatever. But to say they're not useful or they're worthless, I would say it's just not true. Um, then they say Google doesn't need to take down Blogspot as already treats them as worthless. I just don't agree with that at all. I don't really know how someone
Mm-mm.
would form that kind of
Yeah,
opinion.
all of a sudden it's like Google thinks Blogspot just doesn't have any value anymore. All that content, all those mommy blogs, everything that everybody poured their heart and soul into is invalidated now and
We
in the
should we
garbage.
should go rank a site using just
Just
only
Blogspots.
Web 2.0s that are like pumped up with PBNs and like barrage niche edits.
I mean, it'd be really, I don't know if it's possible because of diversification, and it just being,
Okay, well,
yeah, I don't,
we'd be
I
allowed to do other pillow
maybe
links
for
as well. We'd be
we
allowed
could
to do
maybe
other
do
pillow links.
like a local website that way, in like a
I bet you could.
sub 100,000 person metro, could be possible. I might even have an old domain that's exclusively Blogspot links that we could just use as like an age domain and see where it ends up resonating just with content.
That'd actually be a fun thing we could do. That really wouldn't cost that much money. We could like, just get
Hmm.
some VAs to do set up some Web 2.0s and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but yeah.
Anyway,
It's hard to want to do those kinds of recipes when like you've got recipes that work so well for, diversified link building. Early on in my career, like I would have tried a bunch of different links individually, like almost anybody does, right? And yeah, it's what I've come to find is it's heavily within the diversity that you're going to find recipes that help you succeed. But yes, yeah, we could do an experiment like that.
if you like Blogspot, like, comment, and subscribe.
And if you don't like it, like, comment, subscribe, and leave a negative comment about it.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.